a bit rainy today. I'm gonna do a little 2-for-1 video today. Got an Apple Carplay that we'll be installing on the CX-5. Apple Carplay unit itself for the USB, and then of course the cables that we gotta get. We get the cables that'll come in a bag. Also have all the styrofoam that you'll have to coat the cables in. So you just want to make sure you get those wrapped in nice and good. And then we'll go inside the vehicles. Also has a complaint of a ghost touch, so I'll show you a quick fix on the ghost touch if you cannot afford to do the repair kit. Stay with me and we'll get right into it. All right, so getting right into it, you have a couple cables that'll come in the pack. Definitely want to make sure you keep your black and brown ends together. These will plug into the back of the USB ports. And down on the other end, we have a green and blue that are encased in gray. Those will go on the other end, connecting to your CMU. So, with all this foam that they provide you with, you just want to take these little strips here, peel them out, and I just take the wires, just lay them over, roll it, just fold it all the way over so it's nice and insulated like that, and continue that process all the way down. All done. Once you get your cords all wrapped up, again, blue and green, brown and black, cords all ready to go. All right, with our cords all ready, wrapped up, we're going to take our new USB port that we'll need, pop that out. As you can see, it's got the indicator for the Apple CarPlay here. So, have everything we need to go ahead and get that installed. I'll show you what we do on the interior. Moving back into the vehicle, we want to start in here. Is where we have our standard USB with navigation. We're going to want to pull that out. So right here, you'll see there's two open tabs here. Just get your removal tool and pop each side. And it'll pop out just like that. Pull it up just a little bit. You see you got these three tabs here, one for your cigarette lighter, one for the connection to the USB, and then this one here connects to the CMU for the navigation. I just want to get those three unplugged. We'll pull it out, and then we'll pull out the USB and swap it out for the one with the Apple CarPlay. It's the Apple CarPlay system there. And we'll get those in now. So, just go ahead and unplug the CMU here first, and just pushes in and pulls out. Sorry, the view's not that good right now. Alright, so once you get all three of those unplugged there, you see those three unplugged, they'll pop right out just like that. So then you got these tabs that lock in your current USB. Some on the back side in there. I start with the back side. And what I do is I apply pressure to those relief tabs while pushing down on them, and just move around to each corner, keeping constant pressure while pushing down, and it just slides out like so. We'll take our new one, we'll go ahead and pop that back in. This will be the new one here, and you'll hear that positive click, locks in. It's ready to go back in. Here we'll have our new plug-ins for the for the CarPlay that will connect there. The standard plug for the navigation and all, and then we'll plug back into the CMU connectivity there, and then the cigarette outlet. But before doing so, we'll have to run our new wiring, and I'll be back with the wiring so we can show you how to get that installed as well. Now, Mazda does say that what we should do is take out all these interior panels. However, we're not going to do that today. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a different method that I use. Some panels will come out. We'll have to take these panels out only because we'll have to get to the back side of the CMU there so we can plug into it. But as for running the wire, we do not have to take out the center console and all the seats and all that stuff. So bear with me, get the wires, and we'll get back to it. So to run our wiring, basically what I do is the fish method, similar to what like drywall users do when running coaxials and everything to high TV cables and all that stuff. So I'll reach down, right down below here. There's a spot where these panels, this customer's umbrella here, kind of have a little bit of leeway here, as you can see. Pulls out just a little bit, gives us just enough. It's not a very thick wire, again, it's just a very thin wire. So it gives us just enough to where we can slide that down. We'll grab it. We can pop this little panel out here, and then that's where we'll run the wire the rest of the way up and then cover it. And then we'll go back through the back side of the glove box here. And again, we'll pull some of these out so we can get back to the back panel. Sounds like a lot, but it's not, I promise. But let's get right into it. First thing, go ahead and run this wire here. And we're just gonna fish this right through this hole here. And this hole, if you got small arms like me, you can see where I can kind of push down. You can see my fingertips there. That's just where I'm gonna fish that wire down to. Like so. Right. And then, let's see. I'm trying to do two things at once. All right, so it's best to kind of grab it on one end, have the other end in this hand, and just kind of feed it to yourself. Trying to tug on it, don't let it slack. So again, as you feed with this hand, you just kind of pull it through like that. That's what we'll do there. All right, so I kind of tucked it up in there where we're gonna feed it to. So we'll go ahead and pull this panel down. Let's see, here's our wire. Pop open our glove box. This tab here, you just kind of pull that towards you. And then push in on either side of the glove box. It'll drop right down like so. We'll pull that out. And then these panels here, we'll do the same. Just kind of pull those out like that. Unplug our start-stop unit. And we'll pull this next panel as well. But let me get this camera set down. All right. You saw before, we just pull that panel right off. Take our plug, pull that out. We'll set that to the side. Get right under here. Just kind of give that a good pull. That'll pop off. Kind of watch it around this side here. Reach back where your hazard button is. Just want to pull that out. Again, just be a connector there. Set this to the back side. This time we will go ahead and remove these 210s, one here, one here. Followed by 2 Phillips, one down here, one in this corner. Oops. We just grab our little handle right here. Pull it out. All right, once we got it out, we're gonna have to run our wire up, and I'll show you how we did that. So as you can see, I did pre-run the wire, but I do want to show you guys how we did it here. So we just follow up right along the side of our air box here, and we come up right over top of this, fish it in with our hand, loop it around the rail. This is where we zip tied it in to secure it. And right back here, you can see, let me get the rest of this CMU out the way here. So they're seeing me now out the way. You can see right here's our 2 wires. And where we fish them in at, if you look, you can see my little finger there. Right there is where we fish those wires in through. And then we zip tie it to the frame of the dashboard. Secure it for a good install. Tuck the rest of the wires up behind our panels. Pop these all back in. And we're good to go. But while we're here, we're going to pause for a second and we're going to switch over to a constant issue that these CX-5 have, which is the ghost touchscreen. I posted a previous video about how you can repair that by buying the repair kit. I've seen some people talk about there's a way to repair it by cutting this ribbon and all this other stuff. I don't believe in hack jobs, so if that is a repair that you want to do, by all means go ahead. But I can show you a much cleaner way to do that, and it's free as well. It just requires a little bit of manual labor. All right, so we have switched to the garage so I can show you guys a little more room what we're gonna do here. So again, ghost touchscreen going on with the 2018 Mazda CX-5. Quick fix on how to do this if you cannot afford to do the repair kit, which I highly recommend. But if not, here's a quick fix here. I want to pull the screen off. So on the back side, you have a screw here and a screw here, as well as one there and one there. So let's go ahead and get those out. Again on the back side here. So, this back side here now. I need to unplug plug on the back side. As you can see here, get these 2 unplugged here. I don't have my right pick. I left it in the car. I'm trying to do this with a circle pick. Alright. Set that to the side for now. So, here we are, we got our screen. Can't afford to do the repair kit, so quick fix on how to do this. Pop these 2 screws out once there and there. Separate our screen. There we go. Come on. Alright, so that's actually the ribbon right there that we want to get to. So, in there, the unlock. Just lift on that tab there. Make sure it's fully put up. Grab their ribbon. Remove it. Put the lock back down. Okay. We'll just tuck this underneath. Get our cover. Slide that back on. Make sure that secures back in place like it should. Seamless around the edges. Alright. So just simply by unplugging that, I'll have to go back. Simply by just unplugging that, we'll solve the issue of the ghost touch. Make sure this thing lines back up. Got these guide pins in there. Some squirrels were just right in my yard. Let's get that all lined up. Get everything plugged back in like it should be. I really don't give you too much room. That's all I'm gonna go. We're gonna run our screws back in the bottom here. Of course, starting by hand. Backside. There we go. Now we can reinstall. So again, going back in, we got our new cords ran for the Carplay. These are the ones that we fed through the back here. Blue and green up front. This green one is the old one. This is obsolete now because everything will be going through your new one. So you don't have to worry about plugging that one back in, so we can flip that back. So let's get everything else plugged back in for us here. The Carplay unit on this side here. Let's get that all plugged in. You cannot plug them into the wrong one. They only go in one way. Do not forget your antenna. Sometimes it'll drop back there and then you'll wonder why I have no radio. Guide pins will slide you right back into place where you came out. We'll go back in with our 10mm on each side. Throwing by hand, of course. Boot tight. Grab our Phillips. Sometimes this panel around this, if you just pop it out, it can be a little easier to go back in with this here. Don't forget to plug back in your flashers. Your start-stop button. Again, zip tying all our wiring that we did here. Wiring's all tucked back behind this panel here. So then we just slide this one back into place. Nice clean look, no wires exposed. Take our glove box, set that in place. Pop the tabs right in. You'll hear it click, positive clicks. Install the dampener back on. And then, last but not least, our Carplay unit installed to our cigarette lighter panel there. We just need to get that back installed in here. Take our panel, our new wires. Like I said, they can only go in one way. Take that back down. Light clip in. Cigarette lighter. Bottom goes in first. You'll see the two openings for the tabs to slide in. Maybe. There we go. And pop the top in. And Apple CarPlay is installed. At this point, all we gotta do is cut the vehicle on. Again, we fixed our Ghost touchscreen, so that won't be an issue anymore. And to ensure that you got the Apple CarPlay installed correctly, once this home screen loads up here. So once you get into the home screen here, I agree. We'll go to applications. As you see, it pops up Android Auto, and there's Apple CarPlay. Boom. So everything's loaded in. And you're all set. Apple CarPlay is now all good to go. And you can enjoy. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.